and they're finding the children to keep the machine going. You know, there's a lot of people that work in this care industry, and they need jobs, and they have to have children to be employed. You know, and they're doing a fine job of it, and we're letting them. And that's the biggest mistake, is that we're letting them do this. You know, we're Canadian citizens, we have a voice, and we have a mind, and we know that in the past the government has always tried to cover up their mistakes, but at what cost? I mean, this is our children that we're talking about. You know, this is our future that we're talking about. You know, these children are not, they're not learning good things.
Why, you know, why parents of children who haven't been apprehended, like regular everyday families out there, they should be helping us, because if they realize that this could happen to them, and they could be in the exact same position, and they could end up, you know, they could end up losing their kids one day, you know, and then the next, you know, thing they know, they've lost their job because they're so busy. Like, if they saw how it really worked and how a parent ended up after having their kids apprehended and everything they went through, those parents would be stepping up to help so that it bloody well never happen to them, you know. But no, instead they just live in their own little safe world thinking, you know, I have my kids, I have a good job, nobody could ever say anything bad about me. Oh yes they could.
Oh yes they could.
Oh yes they could, and they don't even need to find the proof to back it up in court, they just say it.
Yeah. They write it. They write it. Well, once they put it on paper and it gets spoken in court, you're it. And you can't prove it, because by the time you prove that 2 years down the road that they've done all that, they've got other stuff backed up, you know, and built up, and you know, they'll go and ask anybody for information. As long as they're going to give them the right information, they'll provide that to court, and you'll have no defense, because you won't expect it. You won't see it coming. Yeah.
Remember the first risk assessment I ever got? What the hell? I almost went off the deep end. I couldn't believe what they were saying about me.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. You just
It took a lot. It took a lot to get Colleen not to, you know, go over the edge because of it. Because I mean,
thanks a lot, Alvin, for insinuating that I'm crazy.
Well, no, I didn't do that. I was just saying, you know, like a lot of people.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. A lot of people, you know, would probably go over the edge, but luckily Colleen and I met it right at the time.
Alvin's just trying to credit himself for all his good work.
Oh, baby, come on. That's not true. So, anyways, I guess that's it. Yeah, well, you got to keep a sense of humor. Eventually, down the road, you're going to need it, because these people are really, really out there.
You can make a lot of good jokes. Like, remember when we used to talk about how we were going to take the social workers to court eventually, and we wanted to question them ourselves. So we'd spend hours every day going, yeah, if I was her, I'd be
old
asking,
and gray.
Blah, blah, yeah, old and gray.
McFat ass.
Then I would, you know, and we'd think up all these questions that we'd want to ask him. And then the day that we really did get to go to court and ask him all these questions, oh God, did it ever feel good? Even though we didn't win anything, you know?
Yeah.
We won for ourselves.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, and the judge,
good.
wow, the judge was, he was impressed, and he became an advocate.
Yeah, I started getting more access after that.
Yeah, and he became one of our defenders until he went to Supreme Court, and now we're back to square one again with all these new judges and all the bias.
And that's the end.
That's the end. We gotta go. See ya.